All right, Bad Batch, Season 3, Episode 12. Yeah, filler episode. Nothing happened really at all. The story, it's like literally a chopped up segment of a big story. It's incredibly just bland. So let's get to the story real quick here. Omega's captured now, so our Imperial informant brings her to Hemlock, and now she's stuck there at Tantus location, and she's being tested. The Bad Batch are trying to figure out what's going on now because Omega was taken, and they're kind of mad a little bit at Crosshair that they let Omega's plan go forward and letting her go with the Empire. But immediately Crosshair tells them that there is one other way and one other person that could tell us where Tantus is, and that is Admiral Rampart. Admiral Rampart, well, I think he got arrested like early last season. He was the villain at the beginning of the show, and he got arrested. I don't even remember what the hell happened. I don't know why he got arrested. Something with the clones and stuff. It didn't work out. He got arrested, and now he's just, an Imperial prisoner, and they got to go rescue him because he might know where Tantus is. So that is their big goal. So our favorite Star Wars character that has ever been created, Fee, has returned again this episode. She returns and she's going to help him out and go get Rampart. We do get to see Rampart. He's got a beard now, and he's working in the mines of this random Imperial prisoner base. And the Bad Batch and Fee, they make their way onto the planet. They kind of like do a little secret jump into the planet in the atmosphere to avoid Imperial detection. They get into the base, they find out where Rampart is, and that he's going to be transported from like a mine into a prisoner transport. So they're going to go get him while they're being transported. So they jump aboard the Juggernaut, vehicle that they need to get Rampart on, and they find Rampart. So Rampart's in there, and Crosshair straight up tells them like, yeah, we need to know where Tantus is. And Rampart tells them that I'm not going to tell you anything until you get me off this planet. So they have to now get Admiral Rampart out of the prisoner transport and get him off planet. And then he will tell them what he knows about Tantus. So while they're on the transport, they get some cool fight scenes, some cool battle scenes. Again, it always looks good. The show always looks good. It's basically my only consistent praise every week is the show looks great. Got some cool action scenes with the big tank. And then they have a chase scene along the edge of a cliff. The Empire chases them for a little bit, but they escape. They get away with Rampart, and Fee comes in and saves the day and collects them, and they get away. So Rampart tells them that he doesn't exactly know where Tantus is. No one really actually knows the location and the coordinates of Tantus, but he will find a way. And that's what they love to do in this show, is they love to just tease us for next week to make us watch again. That's all they do. So we're going to have to find out again another freaking episode where they're going to have to find Tantus in another episode, and they didn't get their information this episode because that's just how it works here. So we'll see what happens with that, but we did get one last bit of scene at the actual Tantus place with Omega. They tested her blood again, and it actually does match, so they can replicate M counts now with other Force beings with her blood, and that is now confirmed. So Hemlock, he brings Omega through the vault area with all the laser gates, and he brings her into the big white room that we saw last week where the 3 other children are in there, and he introduces her to her new home. So Omega is officially confirmed by the Empire now. They just tested her one last bit. That was really her only story this episode. And she's confirmed that she can replicate the M count successfully with other high M count beings, midichlorian, such as Palpatine, for example. That's kind of the whole plan there, is she is the one who can help them replicate a Force being. So that's kind of the big story of what they're going for here. But this specific episode, not a whole lot happened. We just basically caught up with them for a good 20 minutes in, then it ended. So the Bad Batch, they captured Rampart, or rescued Rampart, I should say, for information that he did not give them. And Omega is still captured, and they told us everything we already knew about her. That's it. So that is the episode this week. Bad Batch, look, there's not much to cover for it. It's literally just a small chunk of the story, and we've only got a few episodes left, and then it's over. But, of course, they had to fit in another filler just there at the end for us because I just don't understand the pacing of the show. It's incredibly strange. But it is what it is. Not much more to get into. It was a fine episode, some cool action, I guess, but like, there's not much to say. There really, really isn't.